Hello ladies, and welcome to our channel. When it comes to Sigma females, the world is both intrigued and perplexed by their enigmatic nature. These women operate on a wavelength that few can tune into, and their behaviors often defy societal norms, but beneath the surface of what might seem like quirks or oddities lies a complex, unyielding individuality that sets them apart. If you think you've figured them out, think again. Here are 7 unconventional and downright weird things all Sigma females do. Things that not only make them unique, but also reveal the depth of their character in ways most people will never fully understand. Buckle up, because you're about to dive into the mind of a Sigma female, and, trust me, it's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Number 1. They only open up to a select few, and even then, it's on their terms. Sigma females don't just hand out trust like it's candy on Halloween. They're like the ultimate VIP section at an exclusive club. Getting in is a privilege, not a right. And even if you do manage to get past the velvet rope, don't expect full access. They reveal themselves on a need-to-know basis. And trust me, you probably don't need to know as much as you think. It's not about being secretive. It's about being selective. They understand that not everyone deserves to see the full picture. So when they do let you in, it's a rare occurrence, like finding a 4-leaf clover in a field of dandelions. But here's the twist. Just because you're in today doesn't mean you're in forever. If you prove unworthy, they'll lock those doors quicker than you can say trust issues. And don't bother trying to pick the lock. They've already changed it. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about protecting their peace of mind. Sigma females don't play games, and they certainly don't play with their emotions. So if you're lucky enough to be in that inner circle, appreciate it. You're in the presence of someone who values quality over quantity, depth over shallowness. But remember, the moment you take that for granted, you'll find yourself on the outside, wondering how you ever got in. Number 2, Sigma females. Meditate, but don't expect lotus poses and calm music. When Sigma females say they meditate, don't expect them to be sitting cross-legged on a yoga mat, surrounded by scented candles, humming Om in perfect harmony. No, their version of meditation is a little more unconventional. For them, meditation might involve blasting their favorite playlist while driving aimlessly at night, or it could be a long solo hike where they lose themselves in deep thought. It's not about finding inner peace in a quiet room. It's about tuning into their own frequency, wherever that happens to be. Their minds are like finely tuned instruments, and they need to recalibrate them in ways that work specifically for them. Sometimes that means zoning out in the middle of a bustling cafe, with a cup of coffee as their only companion. Other times, it's about standing in the middle of a chaotic city street, letting the noise and energy wash over them until everything else fades into the background. They don't follow a guidebook on how to meditate. They create their own rules, and those rules can change depending on their mood or the alignment of the stars. So while the rest of the world is busy trying to find Zen with guided breathing exercises and calming visuals, Sigma females are out there, finding their center in the most unexpected places, and honestly, it works. They emerge from these unique moments of introspection with a clearer mind and a sharper focus, ready to tackle whatever comes next. It's meditation. Sigma style, quirky, unpredictable, and 100% effective. Number 3, they play devil's advocate, not to win, but to understand. When a Sigma female starts playing devil's advocate, brace yourself because she's about to flip your perspective upside down. She doesn't do it to be contrary or to show off. She's genuinely fascinated by every angle of a discussion. To her, exploring the what-ifs and maybes is like a mental workout. It's not enough to just have an opinion. She wants to understand the full spectrum, from the brightest highlights to the darkest shadows. Arguing with her is like sparring with a philosopher. She'll challenge your assumptions, poke holes in your logic, and ask questions that make you pause and think, wait, do I even know what I'm talking about? But here's the thing. She's not doing it to win or to make you feel small. She's doing it because she thrives on depth. Surface-level conversations bore her to tears, so if you're going to engage, be prepared to dive deep. She's the kind of person who will argue in favor of something she doesn't even believe in, just to test how solid your stance is. And the best part? She'll switch sides in a heartbeat if the discussion leads her to new insights. It's not about being right, it's about exploring every possible angle. If you think she's just being difficult, you're missing the point. She's on a quest for truth, and that means leaving no stone unturned, even if it means turning your world upside down for a bit. So, if you're up for the challenge, go ahead and debate with a Sigma female. Just know that she's not here to make you feel comfortable. She's here to make you think. And when you walk away from that conversation, you'll find that your perspective has been stretched in ways you didn't even know were possible. Number 4. They can cut you off like you never existed. And it's chilling. When a Sigma female decides to cut someone out of her life, it's like watching a magician make something disappear, quick, clean, and without a trace. One day, you're in her world, and the next you're nothing but a distant memory. She doesn't drag it out with dramatic goodbyes or long-winded explanations. It's swift, precise, and done. But don't mistake this for cold-heartedness. It's simply how she protects her peace. She's mastered the art of detachment, and she doesn't waste time on people who disrupt her harmony. If you've crossed a line or become more trouble than you're worth, she'll sever that connection with the same calm efficiency you'd expect from someone deleting a spam email. No hard feelings, just a clean break. And here's the kicker. She won't lose any sleep over it. For her, it's not about holding grudges or being vengeful. It's about maintaining a life that's free from unnecessary drama. People might call her ruthless, but she sees it differently. She values her inner circle, and she'll fiercely protect it from anything or anyone that threatens her well-being. If you make the cut, consider yourself lucky. If you're cut out, well, consider it a lesson in the high standards of a Sigma female. She's not here to play games or deal with nonsense, and if that means walking away without a backward glance, she'll do it with ease. Number 5, they're practically immune to the bystander effect, leading without flashing lights. Sigma females are practically immune to the bystander effect, which is when everyone else stands around waiting for someone else to take action. When chaos hits, while others are busy looking at each other with that "should we do something?" face, the Sigma female has already stepped up, assessed the situation, and started fixing the problem. She doesn't need an invitation to lead. She just does it. And she does it without making a big fuss or calling attention to herself. This isn't about playing the hero or basking in the glory. In fact, she'd rather avoid the spotlight altogether. Her motivation comes from a deep sense of responsibility and a belief that if something needs to be done, she'll do it. No questions asked. It's like she's got a built-in compass that points directly toward action, and she follows it instinctively, even when everyone else is still figuring out which way to go. But what's truly fascinating is how she manages to lead without being loud about it. There's no grandstanding, no flashy gestures, just quiet, effective action. And by the time the dust settles, people realize she's the one who steered them through the storm. They may not even know how it happened, but they'll remember who got things moving when everyone else was stuck in neutral. That's the Sigma female for you, unassuming yet powerful, leading without ever needing to shout. Number 6. Compliments make them squirm, but they'll never show it. Compliments and Sigma females have a weird relationship, kind of like oil and water. They just don't mix naturally. When someone tries to shower her with praise, you can almost see the gears in her head grinding as she tries to process it. It's not that she doesn't appreciate the gesture. It's just that compliments make her feel a bit like a cat being petted the wrong way, awkward and slightly uncomfortable. She's the type who thrives on self-reliance and inner confidence, so external validation feels unnecessary and even a little out of place. When someone throws a compliment her way, she's more likely to respond with a modest shrug or a quick thanks before swiftly changing the subject. It's almost as if she's dodging the praise, not because she's ungrateful, but because she doesn't quite know what to do with it. There's also this underlying fear that compliments might come with strings attached, like the person is expecting something in return. And if there's one thing a Sigma female doesn't like, it's feeling obligated. She'd rather skip the whole awkward exchange and keep things straightforward. So, while others might bask in the glow of admiration, The Sigma female is more likely to sidestep it altogether, keeping her focus on what she does best, being quietly exceptional without needing anyone else to tell her so. Number 7, their word is their bond, and they'll never break it. When a Sigma female gives her word, it's as solid as a rock. She's not one to make promises lightly, and when she does, she means it with every fiber of her being. For her, going back on her word isn't just a slip-up. It's like breaking a sacred code. She values integrity above all else, and nothing grates on her more than the idea of being seen as unreliable. It's not about being rigid or inflexible, though. She understands that life can be unpredictable, and sometimes plans change. But when she commits to something, you can bet she's already thought through every possible scenario. If she says she'll be there, she's already mapped out how to make it happen, even if it means rearranging her entire day. It's this level of reliability that sets her apart from the crowd. When she's in, she's all in. And let's be real, she's not interested in making empty promises just to appease someone. If she can't follow through, she won't say she will. This straightforwardness might come off as blunt, but for her, it's about keeping things honest and transparent. She doesn't sugarcoat or beat around the bush, and that's why people respect her. They know that when she speaks, she means what she says, and that's a rare quality in a world full of flaky commitments. So, when you're dealing with a Sigma female, know that her word is gold. If she says she's got your back, she means it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if you ever doubt her, you'll quickly realize that she doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Her actions speak louder than words, and they always have the final say. Sigma females are a fascinating blend of contradictions and steadfast principles, making them some of the most intriguing people you'll ever encounter. Their unique habits, whether it's their unconventional approach to meditation, their sharp ability to play devil's advocate, or their ironclad commitment to their word, set them apart in ways that are both mysterious and captivating. They navigate life with a quiet confidence, driven by an internal compass that guides them through a world that often doesn't quite understand them. But that's exactly what makes them so compelling. They don't conform, they don't compromise their values, and they definitely don't follow the crowd. Instead, they carve out their own path, leaving a trail of curiosity and admiration in their wake. And if you're lucky enough to know one, you'll find that being in their orbit is an experience like no other, challenging, inspiring, and utterly unforgettable. If you enjoyed diving into the intriguing world of Sigma females and want to explore more fascinating topics like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're constantly uncovering new insights and sharing unique perspectives that you won't want to miss. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey of discovery and empowerment.